Genuinely New. Discovering your new leadership identity, powerful purpose, and thriving life after 60. My name is Gina Gardiner, and I'm the creator of the Genuinely Gina Media Tours, which empowers men and women over 60 to discover a new and profound purpose of lifestyle and leadership as they create a meaningful living legacy. As the founder of Genuinely You, I'm passionate about helping people achieve their higher potential to become the genuinely new best versions of themselves. I'm a multiple #1 international best-selling author, transformational speaker, genuine power enhancer coach, and an enlightened leadership trainer with well over 30 years experience of helping people achieve happiness, success, and fulfillment. I walk my talk. As I record this, I'm 67, and I intend growing old disgracefully, living life to the full by being my best self and living my true purpose. I'd like to share with you why it's so important to discover your new leadership identity and powerful purpose so that you can thrive. It's time to give yourself permission to create a new story for yourself, one full of vigour, creativity, fun and fulfillment, and I'm here to help. People are living longer than ever. More people are reaching their 90s and their 100th birthdays. But I believe it's not just the quantity of life that's important, it's the quality. And to ensure that we have the very best quality of life, we need to look at our whole selves, our physical self. And I speak of someone who's used a wheelchair since I was in my early 30s. I've learnt to walk twice as an adult. And whilst my mobility is the best it's been since 1987, I still use a wheelchair to go into town or on holiday. But I do look after myself. I eat well, I make sure I keep hydrated, get sleep, and that I have a life where I do as much physical activity as I can. I don't smoke, I drink in moderation, and I don't take drugs. Your physical self is the vehicle by which you manage to do everything else, so it's really important to look after it. But just as important is your mental state. Your thoughts determine the quality of your life. And 95% of our thinking is habitual. It doesn't cross the conscious mind at all. So it's really important that those patterns of thought which generate our beliefs, our emotions and our behaviours are really empowering. Yet so many of us get stuck in disempowering beliefs that we never question. And one of the challenges is that we look for evidence and we always find it because our perceptions become our reality. So if you think you're old and past it, well, that'll become your reality. But then let's look at our emotional health. Depression, anxiety, frustration and loneliness are really common in people of retirement age, particularly if they have no sense of purpose, no structure. They don't have people in their life and they don't feel as if they matter. Which leads me on to our spiritual health. It's all too easy for life to become a pale reflection of what it can be and should be for each of us. But what is it that makes the difference? Well, I believe it's recognising that we are enough, that we're all connected, and that learning is a lifelong journey. And when we have all of those in place, it leads to greater happiness and contentment. Research shows that the more active you are in every way, both physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually, that you're going to have better health. There was a time when it was believed that at 21 our brain cells started to die off and there was nothing you could do about it. And the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, was what people believed. But we now know with the increased capacity to do scans and so on, that neuroplasticity, that's the ability to learn new things, keeps going so long as we're learning new things. And if you continue to learn new things throughout your life, then your brain cells keep firing. Sociability is also important. The biggest scourge of our times, I believe, is loneliness. Many older people see nobody. More people are divorced and separated, and so the challenge is, how do you ensure that you remain sociable? And you can do that when you have a sense of purpose, when you have a real reason to get out there and meet people. Not just old friends, but meeting new people too. Having a structure to your life, and most importantly, a sense of purpose, minimises the feeling of depression. Poverty brings people low and it limits opportunities and choice. But I reckon that these days, 60 is no reason to stop being productive. I started my business, the second business, when I was 64. Ultimately, you're as old as you feel. I rather think that I'd like to stay the age of my shoe size and rather than the number of birthdays. Over the last 60 years, it has been recognised that we've acquired huge experience, expertise, and in some cultures that wisdom is venerated, and I think with good reason. However, in Western society, it's been less so, and I think that's a huge waste of resources. We're living in challenging times, there's no doubt about that, and it would be all too easy to focus on the division, aggression, lack and despair that's around us in the world. However, there are those who recognise that things are shifting. There are signs of a new way of being, a higher vibration, a different way of operating in the world, a new era of consciousness. It's time for you as the elders, with all your experience, to step up, to be the example, to become the spiritual matriarchs and patriarchs who are so badly needed at this time, to take a lead. You've got all the experience, the resilience, the skills to make a positive difference in the world. Research demonstrates that those in their 60s have the greatest capacity to use previous experience to solve problems. You're the leader in your own life. You're the common denominator. You take yourself into every moment of every day. And it's time now to use all of that experience and to choose to make the most of who you are and to do that with a real sense of purpose. Now, whatever's gone on before, you may have said, well, I've done my leading, I don't want to do any more. Or, I've never led anybody, and I don't know how to do it. You may have spent your life trying to please others, and in doing so, let your dreams slip away. You may have felt bound by convention, a lack of confidence or lack of time as you were bringing up a family or running a business or running around after everybody else. Now is the time to step up, to up-level your genuine power, to take control of your life, to be the leader of yourself and an example to others. It's time to rediscover your dreams and aspirations or to create new ones. Time to find a sense of purpose, as it's through this that you'll find sustained happiness, success and fulfillment. And you don't need to know everything before you start. Be curious, explore, have some fun. Whether it's starting a business based on your passion, being of service to others, helping animals or working towards protecting the environment, it's time to take a lead, to become your best self. Remember that you no longer need to identify yourself by what you've been. You can discover who you are now, and you can create a whole new identity. The relationship with yourself is paramount. It is time truly to be your own best friend and to nurture and love who you are, to make a real difference in the world. To support you in this journey is the journal and action planner, Genuinely New, Discovering Your New Leadership Identity, Purpose and Thriving Life After 60. You'll find it on Amazon and all the usual platforms. If you'd like some help or you'd like to have a chat about this, then please email me at Gina, that's Gina, at genuinely-u. That's Gina at genuinely-u. Thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye now.